Hello everyone, welcome back to Trash in Space! Today we are going to be playing something a little different. It is called Cinderella Phenomenon, and it is like a visual novel dating sim thing? I don't know how to fully describe it, but it's on Steam, so we're going to explore and enjoy. And this is actually a really pretty opening cinematic, so.
The princess lives in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Youth and sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The light of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. The magic lives so long as I am here.
Dicesuki, I see what they did there. Okay, well, this is going to be exciting. I hope you're happy at Claire de Lune's because I am playing this for you. And being that it is a dating sim, I decided to wear my very favorite Team Loyalty shirt. Nope, here we go. Oh yeah. Now most people think this is a Twilight reference, but it's actually Dragon Age Inquisition! It's actually Twilight. Yeah. The shirt, the back of the shirt says so. Yeah. I'm not proud of that, but I also can't change it. So here we are. Let us get started with Cinderella Phenomenon. You know, we're just a couple short of the Infinity Stones here. I need to not think about stuff like that. Let's just start. Let's get into this. We recommend viewing the tutorial if this is your first time playing a RenP visual novel. Would you like to run the tutorial? Yes, I would. This is... yeah. Oh, turned into a flower. Welcome to the tutorial, a quick run-through of the shortcuts and functions of Cinderella Phenomenon. Do I have to click anything, or will this just time out? Let's click. Oh, yes. To advance through text, click the space bar. Click or enter. Aha! Should you miss a line or two while reading, you can always click the back button in the quick menu that is located on the upper right-hand corner of the text box. That is so convenient. There's a limited amount of lines you can roll back to and use this function. The shortcut for this function is page up. For the lines you've already seen, you can click the skip button to toggle the activation of skip mode. The keyboard shortcut for this function is tab or holding control. I will probably only ever use tab for that, if I ever use it. I imagine that it's the kind of thing that is useful on like a second playthrough if you're going for like a different route or a different ending or whatever. For the best experience, you may activate auto forward mode. It could also be deactivated when you advance the text manually. The text speed and time for the delay may be adjusted through settings. In-game menus, which consist of settings and save files, can be accessed by clicking on the glass slipper or simply pressing right-click. That is very simple and... aha! See? There it is. Aha! Yes, right-clicking again gets rid of it. In the settings menu, you can customize your reading experience. You can also enable or disable full screen mode and the right choice indicator. Right choice indicator? What? This is also where you can customize the skip mode function. Damn it, I did it again. The settings menu lets you adjust the text speed and the time auto-forward mode takes before displaying the next line. Last but not least, you can also adjust the volume. Oh, yay. You can have up to 72 save files? Why would you need 72 save files? Why? Why would anybody need that many? This concludes the tutorial. Enjoy the Cinderella Phenomenon experience. Don't you mean the Cinderella Phenomenon? Okay, I'm done. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystallum Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. Oh, that doesn't bode all that well. The other was the Crystallum Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. Aw, yeah, where my girls at? The Lucis. Oh, it actually says Lucis there. It's just a funky font, so it looks like it says something else. The Lucis was sustained by love and happiness and joy. The Tenebrarum by fear and anger and hatred, and I somewhat resent that y'all are associating witches with fear, anger, and hatred. I mean, yes, those things do exist, but also the joy and the love and the happiness. Also the magic. Okay. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between dark and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. See, that's what I was just saying. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Until... something. A traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. I wish I could read what that said. It looks like maybe a G, and that's a V probably. Okay. Oh, does it say fairy tales? It might say fairy tales. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was a usual reward. It looks a little bit like a butt with a fart. The fairy tale spread further than could have been predicted. Sorry, I don't know why that was so funny to me. Humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. That's what I was just saying! The witches became hated and feared. Yeah, you see all these flames? This is what happens. Eventually they were hunted like animals. Yeah, like repeat, you see all these flames? Okay. The witch hunt. The one witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. Oh dear. You think we are wicked? So be it. This is all very, well, it's all very Broadway's Wicked. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. Oh snap. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately. See, I told you Thanos was involved! Ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis bearer, sought to regain peace, but the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans who were responsible for the witch genocide. Well, maybe you shouldn't have genocided the witches. A terrible war, the Great War, began, and that was when Germany invented tanks, and we all started digging trenches, and there was mustard gas galore, and that one movie directed by Steven Spielberg with the horse, and Tom Hiddleston, and Benedict Cumberbatch, and then they all died. It was so sad. Okay. Eventually, the Tenebrarum bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarum was lost. Peace was restored. And light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. Yeah, we learned that from Kingdom Hearts. It waits in the shadows. The darkness can never disappear. It waits in the shadows. You know, it literally is shadows, right? I'm not trying to nitpick your intro, I'm just saying. Patient for when its time will inevitably return. Contract, sign here. What? Oh, I can make a name! Oh, cool! We can name her whatever we want. Oh, I didn't have any names picked out. Usually I give people doofy names, like when I played Mass Effect, and instead of giving Shepard a name, I just named her Commander, because, you know, everybody was going to call her that anyway. Might as well, huh? Well, in honor of the fact that my cat Howl is rubbing on my leg right now, I am going to name this character Sophie. Prologue, Ice Princess. That was a movie. My name is Sophie Riella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro Britton III. I am the crown princess of the Kingdom of Angiel, which I assume is some kind of weird Britain-France hybrid. At least, that was who I used to be. That was before yesterday when I became a victim of the infamous fairytale curse. Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's so sad looking. I like her ponytail. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. Dots. I'm on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairytale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You'd think those wicked witches are up to something again. I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. Yeah, Harry Potter, why didn't you stop that? You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. This can only be expected from the likes of them. I love your ponytail, it's so cute. You remind me of Sarah from Final Fantasy XIII, but like even cuter. Dots. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. Yeah, I know. I do not have much interest in its effects, even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angiel would be better off without the dead weight. Oh, sweetie, you shouldn't have said that. Dramatic irony is going to bite you in the ass. If it were up to Mother, the cursed would have been banished from Angiel the moment they fell prey to it. I can barely read. Dots. But Mother is not here anymore. And she will not come back. Ever. Princess, the King and Queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. She's so cute. The King, Ophelia, and Rod. Oh, okay, this is an example of a place where an Oxford comma. Okay, the King, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Wah! Hello, Your Majesty. You don't look quite old enough to be king. Good morning, Sophie. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Sophie. Oh, you are just the most precious. Dots. Oh, you don't like her, do you? Sophie. Ophelia. Dots. Ophelia Widensov. That's a fun name. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. So many jokes. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. She is very pale. I take my seat next to the king and look up at the person sitting opposite me. Hello, blonde man with a bunny! Rod Benedict Widensov. Okay, that is a mouthful. My stepbrother is bored and quiet as usual. Rod Benedict Widensov. Okay. He's 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He's mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It's the cutest little plush bunny wunny. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. Dots. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. Sophie, you're reminding me of Bella so hard right now, just like this total instant dislike of these people that you're around right now. It's plus the blank expression, like the whole thing. Which brings me back to the Twilight shirt. Okay. Oh, Emma Lane? Okay. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Sophie. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Dots. Emma Lane Widensov, Rod's elder sister, and my stepsister. She acts as if we're blood, as if she too was born a princess. As if she could be crown princess, perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmeline, you are reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh yes, there are so many and they're all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy you like them. I love them! It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. Mother hated fairy tales? That's just... I'm with Emmeline on this one. Ah! But why? They're such charming stories. Fairy tales misled humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Ooh, you're getting snarky. Can I angle this? Yeah, I need to lean on the chair arm. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. Even the king is like, damn, Sophie, you sound like the villain of your own game. That's just cold. When their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. I mean, you have a totally valid point, Sophie dear. But, I mean, this whole not believing in fairy tales thing, I don't know if we're ever going to get along. What are you implying about the witches, Sophie? I picked such a great name for her. The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. Okay, we're doing this. I continue to eat. Wow, okay, you are like half my spirit animal and half my archenemy, and I kinda love it. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Hubris kills. Just so you know. Have you any idea what you're talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very... Oh, we're no longer in his voice. The truth is, I know very little about the time witches had free reign over Angel. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone. I'm going to turn this music down, just like this. Actually, I can do it in the menu. Oh, okay, settings. Alright. Your music is, like, it's so loud. Okay, is that better? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna return. Mother kept me away from everyone. And so, I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? No, now see, I took it too far. Be right back. One more of these little guys. Yeah, okay. And yeah, we're good. Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angel after the Great War and get that horse back to his owner, because we all know Albert needed him back. I gotta stop making Warhorse references. Warhorse was a good movie, but it's hard to watch, because first of all, it's really long, and second of all, it is what I call the dark and gritty reboot of Black Beauty. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Let me also say that in Warhorse, Captain Nichols deserved so much more. So much better. Like, he deserved to go home with Joey and live a happy life on a farm somewhere, just like doing his thing and drawing pictures of horses like he clearly loved to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Stop. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave mother out of this. Dots. Dear, please. Dots. Sophie, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Ah! Sophie, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I'm done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king. It has been 17 years and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he's ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Was she hanging out with Joey? A lot of people who hung out with Joey ended up dying. Why the sour face so early in the morning, princess? I don't know if this is the appropriate voice for this man. Ah, no, it was not. Okay, hello, Fenris. This isn't a BioWare game, in case you shut up. Let me guess. It's the king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald? Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. The highest knight of the Order of Caldera. See, it's funny because a caldera is a crater, so it should be like the lowest. Okay, I'll shut up now. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room, then. Thank you. You look so much like Fenris, I can't deal. I'm just gonna call you Fenris. Dots. Princess, look at your little, like, boop, boop. Okay. Yes. You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. That is rich coming from you, Fenris. Why is that of any importance? Anime scratch. Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Dots. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Anime scratch. Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns on me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order. Sophie, I would like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town outings. We call them towntings. Dots. Surely you could send a maid with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. Dots. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. Dots. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmeline outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angèle was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angèle really is. Sophie, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Dots. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Dots. Are we clear? Dots. Sophie? Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. Yeah, we gotta check on all those triage camps with the mustard gas and... Gotta stop. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I'm safe here. Princess, are you alright? Dots. It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Dots. Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. It just occurred to me that this is like shading under her collarbones right here, but I legit thought that this was like some kind of funky netting on the dress, and I don't know, I guess it could be both of those things, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just be shadows. Dots. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that someday. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. There's Disney princesses on the thing! Whoa. Hello. Delora. That one kind of looks a little bit like Tiana's dress, and that one is clearly Belle, and look at Cinderella, all prominently displayed. And I'm not 100% sure on some of the others, but, anyway. Do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? Oh, Sophie, honey, please don't ask that. Delora. Dots. I wish you could talk to me. You and the others. Is she a doll? My dolls are my only friends. The only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. Somebody never saw Chucky. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic, it was almost as if she was breathing. You know, just fun fact, Delora kind of looks a little bit like Elizabeth from the Monster High collection. Just like a little bit. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. And look how many you have! Clearly he's showing affection. He's like, she likes gifts. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. Your mom, sweetie, I love you. And I know you loved your mom. Your mom sounds like a bit of a wet blanket. Every year at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I'd been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. A card with the words, I love you on it. Signed by M. Oh, that's so sweet. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared. In her own way. Her own way is odd, but okay. Okay. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I'm on my way. Oh, she curtsies! That's so cute! I'll see you later, Delora. Dots. I like the soundtrack. It's really kind of just cute. It's reminding me a little bit of, like, the mellowed out parts of the Undertale soundtrack. It's so pleasant to listen to. Oh. Sebastian Michaelis? Good morning, Your Highness. Dots. Sir Mithros. Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alcaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. Dots. I sometimes find Sir Mithros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. Kay. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge. Is it his skills as one hell of a butler? Because look at him! With the reddish eye, and like the turtle mouth, and the hair. Look, he's got the... Ugh. It's totally Sebastian. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. A Phantom Hive butler who cannot do this much is not worth his salt. Echoes in the distance. Dots. Aha, the throne room. Your Majesty. Sophie, are you ready? Dots. You will enjoy this, Sophie. I heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. Dots. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Anshiel, about our subjects. You will not learn anything I do not already know. Dots. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Sophie. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. You, friend, you look an awful lot like that Sebastian guy we just met, you know, with the warm tinted eyes and the black hair, and I'm just kind of wondering if there's not something to that. I believe I'm already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen there is no good in you. Oh, that's just... what a sad thing to say to your dad. Sophie, where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Well, I mean, he was running a country in the middle of a war. I know he's your dad, but he's also the king. Like, come on, he's got shit to do. Where have you been ever since? I mean, now that we're at peace, I guess it's a little bit less forgivable, but, back then I'd been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. Dots. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months, had barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I've hurt you. I know there's nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. Oh, sweetie. Remember that scene in Thor? I'm on a little bit of a kick here, maybe you can tell. When Odin is in the Odin sleep, and like Loki's on the one side and Frigga's on the other, and they're just like talking about how long they don't know the Odin sleep is gonna last for, and you know, she's like, oh, no, you never put it off this long, we don't know, it's so different from last time, and they're both like super concerned about Odin, and then Frigga like just drops this bomb of like, we mustn't lose hope that your brother will return to us or whatever. And, like, you can just see, like, Loki's face crumple because he's like, oh, man, here I thought we were having this great moment with, like, all my weird dad feelings and also my mom, and you just had to go and ruin it by talking about the brother whom I somewhat resent. And it was a bad time. Anyway, King Gennaro here is doing kind of the same thing right now, and, I don't think it's going to end well, is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying Sophie's going to try to take over the kingdom hostily with a destroyer, but if it happens, don't be surprised, and I told you so. Dots. In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did. See, that's the Loki logic, when Frigga brings up Thor. Sophie! Enough. I've already said I will go. Dots. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Sophie, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Dots. Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline. I would not disobey an order from the king. Dots. Excuse me. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh no! We can't go on to the next... No, stay. Stay. We're gonna save it? Common route? What? Prologue. Okay. Are we properly saved? Yes. Overwrite that crap. Yay! Okay, so there we are. We are gonna cut this short for this episode. We're about 30 minutes-ish in, and we will save some for next time. So, thank you for joining me. I will catch you in the next episode. Toodles!